Welcome to our pre-recorded pre-show. We are currently live straight outside the venue. Well, not live. We are tried to do live, but the stream crashed on us, unfortunately. So we are now outside the venue, waiting to go in for day two. So day one, are we talk about group stages, or we go straight to day one?
Um, we could briefly go. Do you want to do a little bit of group stages? I mean, you already wanted to talk about Liquid and your prediction for Liquid. I can't. I'm not going to let that one go. You can't get away with it just because it's not my
Yeah,
team.
they're not going to hit. They're going to hit me. Okay, so some of you may have read our article on Sunday that had all our staff predictions on it, and if you look for Dashi, you may see Dashi had predicted Liquid be number one in Group A. Not only that, I predicted that Liquid would be number one overall. Well, in a surprising turn of events, where did Liquid end up?
Out in the first rounds,
First team to leave Paris Major.
quite
So
literally as well. They flew back before well, sort of before the end of the group stages, hadn't
yeah, I believe so. They flew out. Well, they flew back Tuesday night, Wednesday morning as well. Um, so we were shocked by that. I was definitely shocked considering I picked them to win. Um, Other surprising upsets in the group stages, we had like Obey,
they?
who sort of done very very well, and I expected to go out.
Yeah, eighth position in North America, and somehow they clawed their way all the way into the quarters yesterday.
Yeah, and then the only Latin American team to get through was also one of the bottom teams inside Latin America's Pro League.
Yeah, and they played exceptionally yesterday. Like it was, um, there were points where they almost had EG, and it was only just because EG was able to suddenly get everything together, coordinate. I think taking EG to Oregon might have been a bit of a mistake, because if I think of EG plays, half of them come from Oregon and Canadian jumping out of windows, for example. So, I mean, once we got to that point, I think they might have put nails in their own coffin. But Nip did incredibly well. It's a team that have extensive LAN experience. They've been doing this for some time, and I think this is the sort of circumstances that they excel in.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. Um, other surprising upsets in the whole way through the groups. I mean, like none of the APAC teams made it out, although all of them did end up in the third position in their groups. Um, I didn't. The group, the last group, Group D, everyone called the Group of Death. It went as how as expected, with Rogue and Team Secret going through. That was quite the only one I probably predicted right in a sense.
I also got that right. I was very dismayed to see that none of APAC got through, um, especially Fnatic. That hurt me. But you know, um, seeing as we watched Nip, who took Fnatic out, give EG such a run for their money yesterday, I don't think it was too bad a loss. But yeah, I mean, like Norengo, I think was a bit of a surprise for quite a lot of people. Norengo was sort of flagged as the, I don't know, the team to watch out of APAC, with everyone assuming that they just wipe the floor with Obey. Um, and we saw Obey surprise. Element Mystic for their first, like, well, it is first, isn't it? I think. Uh, LAN international, second international LAN. You know, really impressive performance. They went up against EG, and I'm sure they learned an awful lot from playing the outside metas, outside of APAC. And like, I think the most exciting thing for the APAC teams now is seeing what they take back to their region and how that influences things for APAC going forwards.
Yeah, Element Mystic was a big surprise for me. I was pleasant. I actually thought they would have like not to down talk Element Mystic. Um, I mean personally, I think I had before going in this thought the only reason they got a spot was because Fnatic and Norango had already got positions. Um, I didn't expect them to take any rounds at all. So the fact that they did so well and actually managed to get thirds, which means they won a game for a start, was unreal. Very very good. Um, the rest of the group stages, you kind of get the teams you expected. You got G2, you got Evil Geniuses, you Vitality was maybe a bit of a surprise, but I picked them to come second, but them coming first was a bit of a surprise. Having Nip come through, say, was a surprise for us, and then the other teams, Obey we mentioned, it was a very big surprise as well because we said Nip and Obey are bottom of their leagues at the moment. But going into yesterday's games, we'd kicked off with G2 and Millennium. How much of a surprise was that for you?
I was quite surprised. I expected a far more balanced map and match even. And first map is a 6-0 in favor of G2. Dominant, I think, was a bit of an understatement. I think we saw a G2 that was just expecting everything. They were ready, so ready. I mean, they played Villa. There was, I think, almost a mind game in the fact that they wanted to play Villa, so they set up to play Villa as a let's throw them off straight off the bat. And you could see on some of the players' faces that they were it was slipping as they went further in, and they did start taking rounds in the second map, but it was so dominant. I suppose we also saw a number of 1v1s between Livin and Fabian, which, Livin got some of them, Fabian got others, but as the winning team, I think we've got a better idea about who the best player in the world is, perhaps, for the time being.
Yeah, for the time being. But Fabian, in his interview with Matt Andrews afterwards, did actually confirm something that we'd been suspecting for a while. They said that they allowed Mocket to 6-0 them on that map in their best of three, knowing that they could win the next map. And it was in order to Millennium to go, oh, let's take them there, so that they didn't have to. They're like, oh, we could beat them there easily. And Millennium, G2 knew how to play it and wanted to play it and knew how to beat Millennium on it, and they went then turned 6-0 them. I mean, that was a bit of a shock, but it did confirm what we've been suspecting for a number of weeks now, that they have been playing these long game strats rather than just trying to strat for the team on the day.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're if you haven't heard any of these, like the fact that we've had suspicions that the originally Penta roster, now G2, have been playing weeks in advance, prepping and playing mind games, intentionally to either look weaker or stronger in certain maps or certain formats. I think this is sort of kind of it's satisfying for us that we sort of had that as a suspicion. Important probably for Siege going forwards. We've seen a bit of it from Secret as well, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not that comes into play later on, because today's matches are going to be G2 and Secret first match, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it's the first match. It's definitely one of the matches today. I think the current format of a double round robin allows for a lot of this. Where last couple of seasons it's been you win 2 games and you already qualified for LAN. So it's been Penta or G2 now, just coming up and going, right, practice this game, play this game, we're done. We're now, it's like we've got a whole 8 weeks, or no, 14 play days to go through. Even this group stages, I mean, it is a major, so you gotta bring something special to a major, and they have done with that, and it clearly worked for them, so it did. Anyway, moving on to game 2 of the day.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. Long time rivalry of NA. It's interesting how the matchups have worked in the sense that we're going to guaranteed see NA-EU in the final. But EG, Rogue. What do you think's gonna? Well, I mean, I imagine it's going to be tight. Um, the Rogue's form has tightened up significantly, I think, over the last couple of months. Um, Whereas EG we've seen play a lot more loosely. Maybe it's to do with them still finding their roles as they sort of switch around and work things out. But we'll again have to see how things transpire, perhaps.
Yeah, well, you're saying their rogue's gotten a lot tighter. I think that's probably a worrying thing for EG. In terms of Season 7 finals, the qualifier to get through to the finals, so they had to play a seeding match to find out who was going to be Seed 1, who was going to be Seed 2. Everyone knew Penta was going to be Seed 1 from EU, so Seed 2 from NA had to play Penta. Nobody wants to play Penta, so they obviously tried hard for that match. And Rogue come out on top, meaning EG had to play Penta in the quarterfinals of the season 7 finals, and that could play into factor today. If Rogue's gotten tighter and EG still continue to be sloppy, we could actually end up seeing Rogue in the grand final.
Which would be incredibly exciting. I think the ideal matchup, possibly for the grand final, would be to see Secret versus Rogue.
Yeah, two teams that haven't won any finals will be great.
Yeah, and also it's sort of we obviously have seen G2, EG as rosters like play each other before. High stakes, everything to sort of like everything's on the line for them. But we've never seen this kind of opportunity for Secret or Rogue. So I think that would probably be the more exciting and better quality Siege this time around.
Playing Dutch vs Continuum is one of the greatest games in Siege, though, so that rematch could be very good.
So you're playing those Continuum, so you're Secret and EG you're thinking for the final?
Yeah, I think any combination is going to be good. Like, there's no way we're going to get a bad game tomorrow.
Yeah, either way it's going to be a best of 5, so it's going to be, I'm hoping, 5 maps. We all want to see 5 maps. No one wants a quick 3 map 6-0, 6-0, 6-0.
Yeah, that would be really terrible. So I'm definitely hoping that we see a Secret that takes all 3 maps to G2. Because I don't want to see 2-0s. I want to see all of the maps, and I want to see them just eke it out over G2. I think they can.
We've seen a couple of 2-0s yesterday, but I don't think we'll see any today. There is only the 2 games, but I don't think either game is going to be 2-0. I think all 3 maps, with Team Secret and G2 being the top 2 teams in EU at the moment, it's going to be a tooth and nail fight, scraping every round. And then the same when it comes to Rogue and Evil Geniuses, that obviously a team that's got a long history together. Though Evil Geniuses is a bit further down in the table at the moment. Rogue's currently, I think, about 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. They are very, very close, and they have been close for the last 6 months or so.
Yeah. So, I mean, everything to play for.
Yeah, there is everything to play for. There's a grand final to play for, the Paris Major.
And also we're going to have show matches over the next 2 days. 2 show matches, aren't there? But nobody knows who's playing.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. I really hope they do that All-Star match again, and I think that would be great fun to watch. Watch the East and West get revenge on each other. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps we'll see North-South like you suggested last night as well.
I think that was actually Chanka that suggested that.
I suggested that, yeah.
But yeah, North-South. So, where's the North-South divide in APAC? It does divide.
Would you just...
Oh, yeah.
Because there's no China, there's no Russia. Well, there is Russia, but they're European, and there's no.
It's South Korea though.
Yeah, but north of like I don't know, where would you draw the line? Would you draw it along like the equator, or because that would give you LATAM and APAC at the bottom and NAEU, but that wouldn't be balanced.
Yeah, you could.
Well, sort of, yeah.
Well, if you're going to do it diagonally and you're going to have NA and Latin America count to the south, it's going to be east and west again then.
Right? So you could angle it so it's Japan. So it would be Japan, Korea, and then it goes across, cuts across Europe. There's no Southern European teams, so that doesn't matter. And then Latin.
So you're thinking possibly APAC, Latin America against North America and EU. That'd be a fun match. I feel sorry for Latin America and APAC.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they will show what they could be capable of. Although the language barriers could be something of a challenge.
Yeah, we had that last time where Skies was on a team with all Brazilians, and they all a couple of them didn't speak English, and that was a fun language barrier for 'em. Where on the other side, I believe that all the players from APAC actually did speak English at the time, so that was quite fun.
Yeah, there are definitely some. I'm pretty sure some of Norengo barely speak English. So we could see a side that has Portuguese, English, and Japanese, possibly even Korean as well.
Wonder if DSL posted comments for that one, because that would be hilarious to listen to.
That would be, but they'd obviously have to ask for permission first.
When I say hilarious to listen to, I wouldn't have a clue what was being said. It would just still be funny to hear all the different languages go off in one go.
So, other things to look out for is obviously esports panels.
Yes, esports panels today.
And is it the esports panel today, or is it the new operation?
Esports panels today, new operations tomorrow, along with the esports documentary.
Right. So, is there anything we've missed? Oh, wait. Okay. Let's also do predictions.
Okay. I was just gonna say that they showed a part of the documentary about Melee. I think it was Mele. I don't know his name. The Brazilian caster, and he got quite emotional at it. So
Definitely one that I go for. So, are we going to do predictions then?
I think so.
Who wants to go first?
I'm nominating you.
Wow. Okay. Secret 2-1. And I reckon Evil Geniuses will be a possible 2-1. What about you, Chanka?
well, I'm gonna play it safe. So I'm gonna say EG and GT. So then if Secret and Rogue get through, I'm happy. But if the other two, if they lose, then I still got my predictions right.
Playing it safe.
Different from what I want, but I think G2 and probably Rogue. Yeah, I think Rogue might just manage to eke it out.
Quite possibly. I put it with my heart again, as I always do. Way shock. The one time I did do statistical analysis, I done a 5-minute rant on how Pain Gaming were going to win, and they lost 6-0. So I'm done with statistical analysis. I'm just going to go straight for the heart gut feelings now.
Yeah. So I suppose this is pretty much it. So let's take this moment to thank our patrons for all the support that they give us and the fun that we have playing 10 Mans with them, for example. Obviously follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Look at the site, look at the stats, especially over this weekend. Come up with your own predictions. Then come and challenge our opinions. You'll have to do it on Twitter, because Twitch is a bit of a challenge. Right now, we will be uploading this video all over the place.
Yeah, hopefully so. One other thing I will say, if you are in Paris and you see us, come say hello.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
You never know what you might get from us. Probably badges.
Probably. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Peace out.